Hey everybody, welcome to Dom's Den. Today's guest has one of the greatest jobs in the world, and her Instagram page can back that up. She is a professional golfer. At the age of 11, she became the youngest ladies club champion in Britain. At 17, she became the youngest Scottish woman to qualify for the Ladies European Tour. She continues to travel the world and compete while also being a mental health activist. She's big on quotes, which I love. Here's one she recently shared on her page. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't.
True.
It's my pleasure to welcome into the den Carly Booth.
Yeah, Carly.
Welcome, Carly.
Welcome.
It's my pleasure. So nice to meet you all. Thanks
Pleasure.
for putting me on your little podcast.
We love it.
So Karen and Pat were like, well, how do you know Carly? And I'm like, I don't know.
Do you know what, Dom? You did your homework.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I got some good
I was
research.
really impressed there.
It's a strong team of researchers we have here.
We're a good bunch here.
Good stuff.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You know? It's like one of those
We're all
Exactly what I say.
Well, there are a few things we want to. Well, Pat and Karen said, well, you know, how they said, well, who we're gonna get next week, and I said, well, Carly Booth. Like, well, how do you know her? And I said, I don't know her. We just on the Instagram, and the gram is crazy.
Do you know what? I had a lot of comments because you just followed my wolf pack.
I did.
And they've gone mental for it. Literally mental. Just as I left Dubai.
They have a great page.
Yeah, it's obviously there's a lot of golf societies in Dubai, and I've just spent 3 months there. And I have a couple of friends, most of them are Scottish actually. So they always like invite me to come play, being a pro and just, you know, being in the association. It's kind of fun, but you know, it's obviously those are guys, typical, but you know, they really look after me and they really appreciate me, and they couldn't believe you followed. You followed, so they were super happy about that. So
yeah, well, I'm happy too.
Dom's really well adjusted to the social media world. He knows more than either of us do, which is impressive.
You think that?
I think so.
Really?
On the surface, watching you out there on Instagram, I don't know what the hell's going on.
it is a small world when you start following people, isn't it?
Well, what do you follow anybody? I mean, is there anything specific you follow on Instagram?
I basically follow the people that we get on the show.
You're supposed to say Dom's Den. I follow Dom's Den.
Dom's Den, of course.
Yeah.
That's what I check every morning with my coffee.
Who put a golf club in your hand?
So I grew up on a 100-acre farm, and funnily enough, you know, I actually get asked these questions quite a lot because my dad was an Olympic wrestler. He was a silver medalist.
Wow.
And I think, and then he owned nightclubs, and he was a bouncer for the Beatles for 3 years.
Wow.
And, you know, since I have 2 older brothers, one has Down syndrome, who's my life, and I raised a lot of money for. He's been to the Special Olympics, won 4 gold medals. He's been to the LA World Games, won two medals over there. So, I mean, that's been part of my journey. But I think just as my parents have done is literally opened up every opportunity to like become something in sport. So I was a gymnast for Scotland, really young. As I was a really top swimmer. So I think at a really young age, about 10, I had to decide which sport I want to play or be involved in, and I chose golf because my oldest brother chose golf. So I have a very, very supportive family, so it's good.
You know what I noticed when I put on the golf channel, I watch golf, and sometimes it's like the women's championship or like a tour, the women's tour, and they show them playing, and their swing is so fluid,
smooth,
right? and you try to, as a guy, you try to like try to do that, but add something to it, and it just and never works. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna swing calm.
Slow down, don't swing hard.
It's a tough game.
You know what?
It's a tough game. I think it's probably one of the hardest things to do, to make that little ball do what you want it to do. To compress that ball is such a difficult thing, for me anyway. And it's especially a difficult game if you pick it up later on in life.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen it all in all different scenarios, which you're explaining. So, for example, like you see the top guys in the world right now, like Dustin Johnson and Ricky Fowler, and that. I think their swings are so hard to try and like replicate. So we've actually been, I mean, I've heard over the last few years playing pro-ams, which I play a lot of during these tournaments, that, you know, your kind of average male golfer who's trying to get better can relate more to a woman's golf swing because it's a little bit slower and you can see it a little bit better. So that's one compliment from the women's game. And also, like I said, we're trying to really raise our game to show how good we really are. So there's a lot of aspects that's coming into that. And yeah, we just like to have fun as well. You know, sometimes the guys take it too seriously.
The ball just sounds different coming off of your club than it does mine. And I saw a quick clip of you hitting a driver off the deck, and I was like, that does not work.
I'm actually quite good at that. I take pride in that one thing. It's one thing I can do. I can't putt, but I can do that.
Is
when they say drive for show, putt for dough.
Putt for dough.
Yeah.
I'm working on that one.
Yeah, I'm working on the whole thing. What would you say is the weakest part of your game, and what is
exactly
the strongest
what I just
part?
said?
The putting.
Yeah, so I had a shoulder operation in December. So I'm currently in Egypt right now, trying to go home. I went out to Dubai for 1 week, and then the quarantine changed, and I got COVID in Dubai. So my option was to go back to the UK and sit in a hotel and pay for that for 10 days. And like, well, I'm not going to do that when I can just be here and actually progress and make, working with a physio and training out there, but hoping that the quarantine would change. So it didn't. And now I'm in Egypt trying to make my way home. So yeah, I'm in lovely Egypt right now.
When you play in Dubai, do you have to switch up your game? I mean, does the ball have a different type of flight? Do you have to keep the ball low, high?
Dubai it's very humid. It's the same as some parts of America. Like the ball, I think it's better to have a higher ball flight.
Okay.
But like obviously, like I said, I've just been trying to strengthen my shoulder and get myself ready for tour.
And when does that start?
So I'm going to start my tour in June in Sweden.
Okay, wow, right around the corner.
Came on. Now my question is for you said you had COVID. It's funny, we have a lot of cousins over in Europe, and they just can't get the vaccine over there at all anywhere. I mean, it's just. Did you struggle with not being able to get it, or did you choose not to get it? I mean, how did you end up with COVID?
I never got it back in the UK, but then I got it when I was in Dubai. But I had no symptoms, and that's the most baffling part about it is it affects some people so badly and doesn't affect some people at all. So you could be walking around like not knowing you have it.
Right.
But then that cost me my chance to get home before the hotel quarantine. Hence why I've been staying in Dubai for this amount of time. But it is kind of like my second home. But 3.5 months bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, when you miss your dog, you miss your bed,
Yeah.
you miss your family and your friends. So
It's a long time.
yeah, I'm
You're ready.
just ready to go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the more reason why you should be wearing a mask. You know, people who don't know they have it. That's
Yeah, was it
Yeah.
was it lax in Dubai with the mask?
No,
wearing?
I was wearing my mask most of the time.
Well, I mean,
But again,
everybody else.
you know, when you don't get any symptoms as well,
Yeah.
you know, hotels, you wear your mask the whole time. We weren't ever not being careful. It just happens at times. It could have been even me just going to the supermarket, you know.
don't know.
Yeah.
So it's a strange one because you never really know how you get it and where you got it from.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of noticed.
I think we're all still trying to figure this thing out. You know.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty.
Dom, you must want to travel a bit more. I've watched a couple of your podcasts, and I think you want to travel. You met your twin recently.
Yeah. Which yeah.
I just saw.
That's great.
Oh yeah, we did that. That was that aired today.
Carly, do you knock before you enter restrooms? Just curious.
What, sorry?
Never mind. You got to hear the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch it after.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna bring this up because
So
now we have a female.
talk about
We have a female perspective.
Enough about me.
Sorry.
talk
I
about
No,
had,
this is important.
I'm known for letting it go
I'm
off the
so
rails.
happy you brought that up, Pat, because we have a female, and it's good to get a female perspective on this. Okay, so you're at a function. You're at somebody's house. You have to go to the bathroom.
Right. So what? Do I
The door
not
is
wear a mask
closed.
or wear a mask or
This has nothing to do with the mask.
Forget the mask.
sit properly in the toilet?
We're
or
not.
what?
We're talking
Don't touch.
pre-COVID.
Party bathroom etiquette.
Wear gloves. I don't know what you
We're
want me
talking
to do.
pre-COVID.
Yeah, totally pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. You're at somebody's house and you have to go to the bathroom.
Right. No
The
problem.
door is closed. The door is closed.
But you don't know if it's locked.
It doesn't.
It's not there yet. We're
Forget
not
it,
there.
not there.
We're not
Just
there.
like
Just
jump in
saying.
the
Why
gun.
is that?
Always jump in
You
the
think
gun.
someone's gonna just walk in?
No.
What would you do if you saw that a door was closed?
You're approaching the door.
You're approaching the door. Would you
Oh, I've
not?
done that loads of times, especially in airports. When they've not closed the door properly, you've half opened it and they're like, no.
No knock. No knock. See?
Okay.
It's
So if you were at somebody's house and the door is closed, you wouldn't knock on the door to go in the bathroom?
No.
Yes.
Really?
See this? Female perspective. She gets it.
Wow.
You're
That's it.
assuming.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're
So
good. You're assuming.
Wait.
You're assuming if
Just
somebody
don't
is in
take
there.
too long.
If someone's in there in the
I
worst
really need to
possible,
go.
the
You have to
most
hurry up.
vulnerable position, they're in there. You're assuming
I
they're
don't
probably going to lock the door, right? I'm assuming they're going to
Well,
lock it.
why would you not lock the door?
Ah,
That's what we've been saying.
thank you. We've been all over this.
You have to lock the door.
You have to lock the. Yeah, you have to lock the door.
God.
But if you have to also assume that if there might be somebody in there if the door is closed, correct?
No.
Why would
Possibly,
somebody
yeah,
close
but
the door
It
if
depends whose
no
house
one's in
you're
there?
in. As well.
When you
like,
leave the
Are
bathroom,
we
you close the
talking
door,
about
you leave it
houses
open.
or-
When I leave your house, do I close the front door? Sure.
No,
I
but do you close the
doors.
bathroom door?
Of course. I always close everything, especially.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't want
Or
certain,
actually, you know
certain
what?
scents to get out of there.
Maybe
You know,
the host-
emanations.
The host of the house closes the door.
That's exactly.
Usually I say bye and close the door, so that's slightly different. I
I'm
think
just happy-
you're not locking the door on the bathroom
if,
door.
if I see a door is locked,
Oh,
It's
closed.
before I
Closed.
open the door,
Yeah,
especially if
but,
it's a
you know,
bathroom,
in
I'm gonna
houses-
knock and see if anybody's inside.
Yeah, but in houses you can't see the lock on the outside because
Yeah.
usually it's red.
Hence the
In a
knock.
household, usually it's not. You don't see a red thing.
She's with me.
Right, hence the knock.
Carly, you, me, and Pat can go barging into bathrooms
Yeah,
all
you
over
guys
this
can
place.
go
I'm
barging
glad
into
we got some.
bathrooms.
I'm glad we got some international clarity to this.
There's got to be
When a
some
girl
personal.
needs to go, she needs to go. You don't think
Exactly.
This should be a constant question. I want to take a poll on this. I want to
It's
take
like
an
now when I
ongoing
make a
poll.
hole in one, I'm just thinking about hole in one.
Boom. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah. Oh man. You've been holding.
You don't
it since
think
the
about
fifth
the
hole?
water on the left, the out of bounds on the
Yeah.
right. You go straight for the hole in one.
That's it. I like her. That's my style.
Straight for the hole in one.
one.
Yes. How old were you when you got sponsored?
Well, God.
We're
How long
going.
have you got?
We're leaving the toilet.
We're gonna
Stop
dance around here.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just-
so when I was 8 years old, supposedly I got the first handicap of, I got a handicap of 20, which was meant to be like a world record for someone of age 8. So that became a big thing. And then when I was 11, I was a member of 3 clubs, and I won all 3 club championships that year.
Amazing.
And then when I was 12, that was kind of like, you could say, my debut of being a little bit more known, when I won the British Masters Champion Pro-Am with Sandy Lyle. And then at 13, I was off +1, and then at 14, I won the Duke of York's under 18s. I won the Scottish under 18s, the Scottish under 21s.
So you never
So it
played
just
with
kinda-
dolls?
It just kind of progressed from there. And then when I was 14, I also got a scholarship to America.
Oh, God.
So I did 2 years in America when I was 14 and 15.
You're like the Doogie Howser
I
of
was
golf.
just gonna say that.
No, you were not.
I
gonna say
swear to
that.
God, I was gonna
You
say
were gonna say
Doogie
Doogie
Howser
Howser.
of golf. Yeah,
Really?
I was thinking it. Yeah,
I feel thoroughly emasculated.
that's amazing.
I do that quite a lot.
Done.
I bet.
Especially, no, only on the golf course. Only on the golf course. No, for real.
I saw this. You were talked about being a gymnast before. I saw it was one clip.
Yeah, no, I did
They had
that
you doing.
for
You were
fun.
tumbling.
Tumbling in the
on
golf
the tee.
event.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've tumbled on
Yeah,
the
I
tee
know,
before,
I know.
but it
No,
didn't
that's
look like
you're
that.
drunk.
I don't like. I like to be-
Stumbling and tumbling are 2 different things.
No, I never
Oh,
stumble.
no. I tumble.
I tumble.
They call me Dikembe Mutombo. I do it all the time.
But yeah, I just always like to be a little bit different.
Look at. Show everybody the name of your softball team. I mean, come on.
We're the IPA holes.
I don't really follow softballs. So
No, there's nothing to follow. It's a bunch of old men getting
I
drunk
hit hard
and holding
balls,
on to
not
the dream.
softballs.
That's it. It's old man. It's baseball for old men who are still grasping to their dreams. That's it.
Here's a
Yeah.
here's
Hard
something.
balls with a soft touch.
There you go.
That has so many meanings.
That's nice.
Very good. Very good.
That's nice.
You're playing in an event. You drive to the golf course. You go on the driving range. You whatever routine you have. I don't know. I don't know if you're a person who hits a lot of balls before a game or whatnot. Me personally, I don't like to do that. I
need
like
a
just to
bucket.
scratch and just hit like the pitch and wedge and like get up to like a 7-iron
You
and
know-
just like loosen up.
Do you know what? That reminds me of me, because there's girls that will go and they will hit balls for like 100, they'll hit
Useless.
over 100 balls before they tee off. And they'll be there for an hour and a half before they tee off for a tournament round. And I would rock up 45 minutes before. I'll do 5 of each odd club. And then I'm good to go. Couple
Grip it
putts,
and rip it.
gone.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? That's the thing.
I
Because
want the feel.
golf is such a mind sport, and you think the problem is with a lot of people, I find that you go to the range, you'll hit so many balls, and then you start hitting it bad, and they're like, oh my god, what's going on? So they'll start
Correct.
hitting more balls, and then they'll start flustering themselves. So make it simple. That's the only only thing I'll ever say with golf. Make it simple, but
Okay.
but be productive. Like productive practice. It doesn't mean go hit balls for 4 hours. It means hit balls for an hour and a half, but make it productive and make it worth that while, because you're wasting your own time otherwise.
I tell you why I don't hit a lot of balls.
Okay.
And I'm gonna no, seriously,
Sorry.
because yeah.
Is it because you're always late or something?
That well, yeah.
Because I know a lot of people that are just run late for a tee time.
But that's
and just don't have time for that.
Yeah. I mean, even when I played baseball, that's what I did.
You know what?
I did not too much batting practice. Anyway,
You're a busy
you know what?
man.
Oh,
You're
go
a
ahead,
busy
go
man.
ahead.
I want to know what my body's doing that day. I want to know if my natural swing is more fading that day or I'm drawing the ball that day.
My swing.
So you figure it out on the first tee shot.
My swing. My swing.
I love it.
My swing.
I asked my brother-in-law about my
What, the
swing.
bike swing? No, swing. My swing.
I asked my brother-in-law about my swing, and
My swing.
I go, "What am I doing wrong?" He goes, "You're playing golf."
That's it. That's what you're doing wrong. See, I'm always wondering, like I like to watch golf, and again, I love to play it, but when I'm watching, like there's two things. Just from the warm-up, when they're all at the driving range,
Called a routine.
they're hitting off of regular grass. I want to think of the landscapers when I come up like to go hit off that grass. It would just be a dirt patch when I was done with it. Like when they leave, it's still all pure grass.
Yeah.
I would just be
Because they're compressing
launching
the ball.
I'd be launching divots all over the
Yeah, I've
place.
seen
They're
you
hitting
play.
the ball first, and you're hitting the ground first.
Oh, I want to make sure I don't top it. That's why.
Yeah. Well, don't
So are you saying you're scared to hit balls?
No, if I know.
Someone judges you?
He thinks he
Don't
shot
hit it well?
an 80-60 the other
Oh,
day.
I know I shot an 86.
Tom, is
No.
that why you don't go to the range? Because you don't want people seeing you top it and shank it?
I don't
and-
tie. I look.
There's
I
no
don't shank
gambling
the
in
ball.
Bushwood,
Look,
and
I
I
might
never
push the
slice.
ball. I might.
You mean like a vanilla slice?
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I don't even slice. If anything, my
Oh,
big-
you meant to do that, right? You meant to do the
It's a draw and a
meant to-
fade.
No, it's a country fade. What you
It's
do?
a country
See.
fade.
country.
Look, I push the ball. I believe the correct terminology
that's
is
it,
pushing the ball. I'll push it and I'll push it straight. Or I don't top the ball because I don't pick my head up. Aaron.
Yeah.
It's good.
So you're
If
quick.
you're topping the ball, you might not want to pick up your head.
I was
You're
striping it the other
very
day.
armsy then, aren't you, Tom?
He's all arms.
All
Wait.
arms. He's all torso.
No, we're not talking about.
He's very
me.
handsy. He's very
Yeah,
handsy.
no. I'm saying I don't top the ball because
You got the feeling in
that's
your
never
head.
been my problem. Yeah. Topping the ball's never been my problem. My problem in golf
Well,
has always
that's
been
a good start. That's a good
Yeah.
start.
my line, my aim.
That means you keep your head down if you don't top it.
See,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When we go out to play, I'm gonna wear an underarm onesie just to stick fear into your mind. That's it.
oh man, I can't wait to play you. Man.
How about
Can't wait to get out there.
The other thing with professional golfers that blows me away is when they get to their ball and there's just this line. There's this line of the faith that these gallery members have
Yeah.
to line up and give them a 6-foot window, and they're all sticking their heads out. And I'm like, the amount of faith you have to have in these people that they're going to hit it straight and not just take your eye out. It's amazing to me.
What gets me on those is the guy on a par 5 on the tee box and he hits the ball in the hole.
You go in the hole!
On a par 5. On a par 5.
Do you know that was the most common thing that was said? Tiger in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's 5,000 miles away.
Does
But
the
you know,
gap-
also, this is the one thing that I've learned very much from amateur golf. So if I've never played a golf course before and I'm playing with people that have played before, so the first thing I said, right, where should I aim here? And they go, well, you don't want to go left because it's water. You don't want to go right because it's out of bounds in these trees. And then, there's like a 200 yards down the fairway, there's a bunker. You want to miss that one. It's like all negative.
You're probably...
I just said I want to know where to aim. I didn't ask for where not to go. So that's the typical kind of comment I get from people that seem to speak very negatively about their own game.
What's the one club you're most comfortable with?
7-iron.
7-iron.
I love driver off the deck.
Driver off the deck. There.
Yeah, playing on my 7-iron.
Driver off the deck. That's terrible.
Okay, and a pitcher wedge. Okay.
I love it.
Just to be safe.
Really? That's your favorite club?
Being safe and sorry.
Love it.
Do you know, I've always loved my driver, to be fair.
Wow.
I just always loved my driver.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship.
Driver and 9-iron. 9-iron wedge.
You're probably so far removed from playing with hackers, but you tell me people tell you where not to hit it. The biggest line here is when someone slices it, 100 yards to the right, and no matter what's over there, there's always one guy in the foursome goes, I think it opens up over there. It never opens up over there.
I think I saw it come out.
I saw something.
Or
those are the people you got to check their pockets.
They have holes. You might be okay.
It's on the other fairway.
Oh, it's right here.
It might be over there on the other fairway.
Oh man.
Or I'm thinking in my head, golf. I'm not looking for that ball.
I picked up golf very late. I started playing golf. I think it was the second season of Shooting the Wire in Maryland. And my friends, two of
great show. I love that show.
So two of my best buddies here would play. And I could never play because I just never grew up playing golf. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go get clubs, and I'm just going to go to the range and hit the ball. So once I saw it just the swing came kind of natural. Where I'm not saying I was hitting the ball straight, but I was hitting the ball and I was moving the ball, and my 9.
Was it going forward?
Yes.
When it didn't hit the tree.
Until it hit the tree.
Until it hit the tree.
And and then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna make a tee time and go play golf.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I learned and I played 103, 105, 100. I said, once I break 100, I'm gonna get a new pair of clubs. Broke 100, got a new pair of clubs. And I've been doing that. When I broke 90,
I still have the same clubs.
And I'm stuck in the 80s. I'm stuck in the 80s.
That's a good place to be stuck.
My lowest score was an 81.
The 80s is
You know how rare it is in a public course in America? You come across people shooting in the 80s. It's so rare.
Unfortunately, I was born in 1992, so you can fill me
She's
in.
like, I broke 80 when I was 10.
I'm assuming you've had multiple.
I actually shot 1 under par when I was 10 years old.
Get out of here.
This is just
Oh
No.
my God.
Do we have a
I'm
bad
not getting
connection
out of
here?
You're not letting me go yet.
Dom.
How old were you when you had your first hole-in-one? I imagine there's been a few.
No, actually, I've only had 2 hole-in-ones.
Only
Oh, man.
Sorry.
We should start
If I only had 2
man.
hole-in-ones, I
Jeez.
have 2 Cadillacs in my garage.
I feel sorry.
Well, I definitely don't have 2 Cadillacs in my garage. I have 2 hole-in-ones, and I didn't win any prize for them, so it was a pat on the back.
Oh, it's terrible.
But
How
the
old were you?
first one I had was playing with, I actually, when we play tournaments, sometimes they have like prizes on certain par 3s where you can win a car or a watch or something. So it was on a hole that was nothing. But it was my first ever time playing with Laura Davis, who is a legend in women's golf. So first time ever playing with her. This was 2012. And then after having the hole-in-one, I went on to be in a four-play, like 4 of us were in a playoff. We played 4 holes, and we went birdie, 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 and I eagled the fourth
like me.
hole to win the tournament. So
Damn.
I played with my like the one person I've always wanted to play with
Wow.
ever. I had a hole in one and I won the
Crushed it.
tournament. So that was in
Great.
Sweden.
Wow.
That was in Switzerland in 2012.
That's crazy.
So
I will
that
say,
was-
I
that
did.
was my
I
first
did
memory
nestle
with
one
that.
up on Friday. I nestled one up
Oh
about
my god.
12 to 18 inches from the cup pad. He did say it was
Oh
in the
my
hole,
God.
but it was wrong. But it was 18 inches.
It was a blind. It was the luckiest shot he's ever had.
Like,
No,
Oh, but
See what I have to deal with?
I want to talk about the mental health.
yeah, let's do that.
How did that come about?
So I have the most wonderful person in my life, which is my Down syndrome brother. So he's a middle child. So he had Down syndrome. And so from 2013, I started trying to raise money because he got into, well, the first thing he achieved was 2 bronze medals swimming in the Special Olympics. And then he decided, I don't want to swim anymore. I want to power lift. So he can go more extreme. But then he ended up going to Poland and winning 4 gold medals in the Special Olympics there for powerlifting. Then LA World Games and won a gold and a bronze. But from this time he said about doing this was 2013. So I did a skydive in Dubai to try and raise money because there's no funding at all. Did a skydive to try and raise money. Then I went on to do golf days, and just to cover the cost of uniforms, equipment, just to help in some way. Like I didn't raise that much, but I did my best.
Yeah.
And I'm a very proud sister.
it's incredible.
That
I
is
think we
incredible.
both relate
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
So I'm very enthusiastic about doing that. I'm an ambassador for the European Disabled Golf Association as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to do, in the future. But COVID and the times at the moment have kind of slowed us down. So
yeah.
that's something that's hopefully gonna.
Well, we can
build
only
up
hope
soon.
that everything gets back, to some kind of normalcy, right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
all right. So Carly, you're in Dom's hot seat now.
No.
Ready?
It's very
It's
hot in the
heating
hot
up.
seat.
Okay.
Well, this has not been live.
No. This
No,
is
no,
just,
no, no.
This is
Oh,
just
God,
a
no.
segment.
And-
You know,
Yeah. And Carly also knows.
No, we
that
didn't
if
start
there's
yet.
anything-
Oh my God.
Okay, Carly, what's one of your biggest pet peeves?
what? Sorry, say that again.
What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
When people ask about their swings.
When they ask about
Oh
the
my God! I just say keep your head down and just hit it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would never be a coach.
What gets under your skin?
I'm very much a field player. So I know the kind of the logistics of a swing, but I don't know how to. I know what I'm looking at, but I don't know how to help you improve it
Okay.
because obviously I get coached.
Carly,
People.
forget about golf for a moment. We're talking real life interactions.
All right,
Dom wants to
perfect.
know.
Come
Dom wants to
on,
know.
now we're
Dom
talking.
wants to know what gets
I don't
under
want
your
to talk
skin.
about golf.
What gets under your skin?
skin?
What pisses you off?
Slow play.
Oh, we're back to It's the worst.
Really?
She went right back to golf.
Oh, that's great.
Slow play.
That was a joke. No, it's not. I really mean it, but it was a joke.
No, I am.
Slow drive.
And Pat Schwing doesn't count. Okay.
No, slow drivers.
Slow drive.
And also, what else? Bad food
Yeah.
I pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when you're disappointed in a meal. I'm a foodie, so
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, when you
It's-
go to a
yeah.
restaurant and you're waiting for a good meal and it's just
you know when you wait, when you're so
It's not
hungry.
so
Yeah.
much the bad
Food
meal;
comes
it's the
and it's
bad
like-
service.
It's not even paying for it. It's like I was so hungry and I was looking forward to this, and it just really upset me because
yeah.
it wasn't
That's-
very good.
Bad service gets.
The
like-
thing is, when you get a bad meal, you can't even really send it back. Like, it's if I
No,
don't, I don't
I'm
wanna send it
I'm
back
not
and
one
I
of
don't
those.
trust what's coming out next. You know what I mean?
No, you can spit on it or anything.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I won't complain. I'll just eat it, and I'll just feel really disappointed,
That's it.
Me too.
Give me
and
the
I just
hot
won't go
sauce.
back to that way.
No, I'll probably go back to.
Unless-
yeah, I
unless-
go-
But then this is the problem we have now. We're playing tournaments and traveling. We've got no choice because we have to be in a bubble, and we can't leave the hotel.
No, that sucks.
Oh.
So that's it's different times at the moment, I guess. But I'm very privileged to what I do, so can't complain too much. But yeah, if my steak is overdone or my veg
Ugh.
isn't like cooked enough, I get a
Yeah.
little bit, just a
I
little
recently-
bit angry.
I recently went to a restaurant and I ordered the steak and eggs, and it was like a way overpriced steak and eggs, but they said it was a nice strip. They hammered my steak, and I never send food back. And I said, I ordered medium rare. This is well done. I send it back. They come back out, hammered it again. I was like, I don't know what to do, guys. It was two
But then
times in a row.
But weren't you starving? I was starving. Like usually I'm like hungry
Yeah.
when I really want to eat, and I'm like I just don't want to wait to send it back and bring it back.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
eat a leather shoe if I'm hungry.
I've seen it.
Your
Yeah.
favorite? What's the best golf movie ever?
That's no question for me. It's Happy Gilmore.
Nah.
Only because I've actually always loved it, and as well I've met Adam Sandler in person, and he's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of resurrected Carl Weathers, huh?
Oh, you eat pieces of
Like
shit
I
for
mean, I
breakfast?
love all golf movies, but when you meet one of the legends from it, like I can't help but make sure that he's my
Becomes your
my
favorite,
favorite
yeah.
from it.
Well,
And I love loads of his movies as well. So I
yeah,
mean,
so do I.
Shooter, I'll be at the Red Lobster if you change your mind.
I like hated Shooter in that movie. I must say. But yeah, no, it's
That's great.
it is one of my favorites. I can't deny it.
Worst golf movie ever.
Worse.
Like, just tap it in. Usually that's what I say to my people that I'm trying to teach.
It's like a merry-go-round.
Just tap it in from like
Oh yeah.
30 feet.
Carousel.
The
Worst
carrot-
golf movie ever.
Oh, I don't actually know the worst golf movie ever.
We know one.
Oh, we know a couple.
Right, what's yours then? You
Apparently
tell me.
never watched
Well,
Caddyshack
we're
2.
unanimous on this one.
Yeah.
So you
Caddyshack too.
agree
It's
with me?
Caddyshack too.
Do you guys agree with me that Gilmore is the best?
Not the best.
Caddyshack's
Caddyshack
not
is for me.
as good.
I go more on the dramatic side.
Tin Cup.
I'm gonna either say Tin Cup or the Legend.
Oh,
Legend
yeah,
of Bag
okay,
of
Tin
Vance.
Cup.
I
Yeah.
like Bag of Ants.
Bag of
I
Vance.
like Bag of Vance.
I love Tin Cup, but when we play, you're gonna be
Wait.
McAvoy. I'll be Sims.
No,
I'll stay apart all day long.
Shire's movie was also
The
great.
greatest game ever
The
played.
greatest
That was
game
good,
ever
too.
played was an awesome movie.
That was very good. Francis, we met.
Yeah.
Or is it we may? I don't know.
What a swing he had.
Yeah, beautiful swing.
What?
What
Yeah,
a swing.
Okay.
Swing.
There, she's got it. She's got it.
You leave Dubai. You're back home.
Not
You're
yet.
on a right, but we're gonna imagine
Theory.
Hopefully.
you're on a karaoke stage.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm gonna send you something for that.
What song are you singing?
Michael Jackson, because I like to do the moonwalk.
Oh.
Oh, but which
Which-
Michael
which
Jackson?
of his
He's got an
hits?
extensive catalog.
Smooth
Yeah.
Criminal.
Oh my God.
Oh, Annie, are you okay?
But I can only do karaoke with my brother Paul.
You ever hear Animal Ant Farm's version of that? Of,
Oh, I
Smooth
remember
Criminal?
that. I remember that. Oh my god.
Very
It's
good.
definitely not as good. No,
That
it's
is
not
good.
as good.
If I was gonna do Michael Jackson, it would be Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, but I can't sing, so I
No,
just
talk about it,
dance
Yeah.
and lip sing.
Just the
That's
moonwalk.
kind of what
Well,
I do.
let's give us a little bit of it.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? I'm asking him to change his ways. You know it.
Can you
Not a
remind me
thing.
who sings
Could have
that
been-
again?
That's Michael Jackson. We're in the MJ catalog.
I know. Well, can you just let him sing it in future?
Oh, me?
Dom's gonna do it
Come,
right
come
now.
on, let's
Dom,
hear
I
bars.
can't
A couple
sing. I
bars.
can't sing.
if you want to make the world a better place, you got to look at yourself and then make a
Make a change.
There it is.
That's all you're
There
gonna
it
get
is.
out of me.
That was
Yeah,
it.
well.
You got it, bro.
First time you sang on the podcast.
Who?
You.
No, he sang before.
Oh, you did?
He's
I-
done
Oh
some
my God! I
Sinatra.
just sang
Have
out
I?
loud.
You've done the baritone.
Oh yeah, the baritone.
This song was composed by
This song.
Johnson Lawrence.
Well, I mean, Sinatra.
You know what?
Sinatra
When I
thanked
was-
everybody. You know,
Yeah.
this was composed by Count Basie. Terrific producer. There it is, folks.
You know what? When I was younger, my the first song I really kind of learned, apart from the Spice Girls, was "Regulate" Warren G.
Oh,
right, yeah. That's a good
regular.
song.
That
Yes.
was my jam.
It was a clear black night.
Oh.
Played a white moon.
Oh, that's one of my
It was
favorites.
a clear black
You know, now you know. You
She
know
was on
who
the streets
came up
trying
with
to
this
consume-
karaoke question.
She took my rings. She took my Rolex.
I looked at the brother and
Brothers
said,
and
damn,
sisters.
what's next? Oh, man, she's got it.
That's gonna be a great clip.
That's beautiful.
That's a great clip.
She's got it. Who knows? You have to contact
I would take a note of
Carly
that one.
to get Warren G out of here. And Nate Dogg, 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole.
Nate Dogg is about to make someone. Okay, I'm mind blank. I've
Yes.
not heard this song in a while.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's great.
Okay. On another note, if you could go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice, what's that piece of advice, and how old are you?
Oh, it's mixed emotions because, you know, I think growing up, like I sacrificed a lot. I didn't really have many friends. I actually got bullied at school. Like
Yeah, we don't
I
like
went to
bullies.
four,
Wow.
no, I went to 4 different high schools
So
in
did
5
I.
years. You know, but my dad pushed me a lot, but not pushed me too extreme. But sometimes I just wish I listened to him a bit more because I feel like I would have been even better. You know, like there's still so much I want to achieve, and I think that maybe if I just worked a little bit harder then, I'd be a little bit more where I want to be. So just that. I mean, you learn every journey you're on, like you learn something, you gain something. You know, this industry that I'm in, I've been so blessed with the people I've met. You know, you meet people in other industries that have either been so successful, retired, and then they come and play golf because that's kind of the retirement thing. But also, it's so great to see so many people on journeys that actually nobody really understands. And I think only people that are on journeys that are working for success understand. So I think it's actually just something I've learned along the way to just appreciate everyone and what they're doing and what they're trying to achieve.
Well, that also goes back to one of your other quotes where it's appreciate those who don't give up on you.
Well
Yeah.
said.
And,
Massively. And that quote was for my family.
Yeah.
That's great.
You can't give up on your family.
Way to
And they
circle back
won't
on
give
that.
up on you.
That was
Huh?
perfect. Way to circle back on that in the moment. That was
Hey,
perfect.
you know, it's a
Look at
gift.
you.
So what are you watching?
Oh.
Well,
What have you been up to? Are you watching anything good? You have any tips for us?
I've actually been rewatching a lot of stuff. Obviously, I've been very bored. Like I said, I just watched Coming to America 2 tonight. and your friend, he's a great singer. I didn't realize after watching Power.
On Coming to America too?
Yeah. Can't even remember his name now. He's the little gangster in Power.
There's a few of them.
I don't know. I didn't think it's a few gangsters. Apparently, it's a gangster show.
What'd you think of Coming to America too?
I didn't see it.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh,
Do you know what?
Yes, he played the son. He played the son.
He played.
She's talking about.
No, not the son. Not the son.
Romney.
Romney, that's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Romney.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was great in the film, wasn't he?
Yeah. I didn't like him at the end, but he plays a great role.
Yeah, he did a great job on both shows, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I realized he obviously sings as well. So I've actually been listening to quite a bit of his music after obviously finishing Power.
Yeah.
But I've been rewatching quite a lot of series. So I loved Ozark.
Oh,
great
fantastic.
Show.
Yeah.
Fantastic. New season coming.
I've watched quite a few British shows as well. I've been trying to watch a few movies. I love the old school stuff too. So I like rewatching like Braveheart and Gladiator.
Is that what you watch before you go on tour?
Yeah, she painted her face.
And here I thought it would be.
They may take our lives.
Typical to
They'll
ask a
never
Scottish
take our
woman
freedom.
about Braveheart.
Yeah.
Freedom.
So yeah, no, I've rewatched quite a lot of stuff. I can't think of the top of my head. But
Of course.
can I do a Scottish accent?
Jesus,
Yeah, sure.
Can you do a Scottish accent?
Karen can.
My wife watches.
I put a bit too fake.
I'll try it, but my kilt will fly up and you'll see my balls.
Have you've watched Braveheart too many times, haven't you?
Of course. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
His father's Irish.
Wow.
You had to watch.
Karen is like 4 for 4 today.
Well, it's a law of averages. I'll be 0 for 4 next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love all those kind of movies. I love true movies too.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're my favorites. I love something based on something that's happened and what's real. So
Yeah, I've just been on this true crime thing too long now.
Yeah, we got to get off of that. It's very depressing.
I watched The Keepers.
Tom, it's a little bit far fetched now. Come on.
No, but I mean I watch these crime documentaries.
Did you see The White Tiger?
White Tiger.
Who was in the white? I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's with she became really famous. Her name, like, just literally, I'm trying to think now, at the top of my head. She killed her husband, and
oh yes,
there you go.
Like
There you go. Give my backstory. They have it. I just listen to these guys talk about true crime documentaries all day long.
No. Oh, I hate when you can't think in the moment.
No.
This isn't the Tiger King guy, is it?
No.
Tiger King, yeah.
That one, yeah. That's great show. That was a great show.
That was bizarre. White Tiger. Where'd you get White Tiger?
It sounds better.
I've seen a movie just recently to do with tigers.
Yes.
And a documentary to do with animals. So sorry, I'm getting confused.
Did you watch the one on Lucy, that the chimpanzee that was raised to be human?
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so sad.
Did you see The
Keepers? I've not seen
Oh,
that one. Actually.
It's so sad. Poor
The Keepers is really disturbing.
Yeah.
I lived down the street from that poor woman who had the chimp and it ripped off her face.
No, that was in Connecticut.
That was in Stamford. I lived in Stamford. It's down the road.
Really?
He ripped her face off.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, you guys are all in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my auntie.
So when you come to New York, we'll play around.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
We'll go see
But
some chips.
also another story about New York. I've been there. So my auntie, my mum's from Liverpool, in England. Dad's from Scotland,
Who's?
But my auntie, she lived in New York. She lived in Manhattan for years, and she was a nurse in your main hospital there. So I used to come to New York quite a lot. And I did my ESPN body issue there.
Oh.
Oh, 2013.
You didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was in January, and it was
Who was
freaking
the-
freezing.
who
I
was
will say,
picture
while,
next to
while
her?
I was doing my research,
Who was the
my
picture?
research, I came across the body issue, and when I swiped right after you, I came across I came across Gary Player.
Yeah, that was.
I know we did it at the same time.
Oh, that must have been
man.
lovely.
Was there a
Well,
joint?
not like literally the same time, but the same issue.
Looking good, Gary. Looking good, golly.
Okay, not the same time, the same issue. But I played two U.S. Opens. One in the Trump, just outside New
That's
York.
Briarcliff.
No, not
Oh wait,
that
the
one.
Jersey Trump?
No, Jersey Trump.
Jersey Trump.
And I played U.S. Open in Sabonic, Long Island.
Mm,
So I've had some really nice times in your vicinity of New York. So yeah, I always look forward to coming back.
You know, it's funny you brought Gary Player up. Yeah, I saw an interview that he did, and he tell me if you agree with this. He said what hurt Tiger's game were the lessons.
Oh, he changed swing coaches so many times.
Yes, the constant lessons, the constant coaching.
Yeah.
Completely messed up his game to where he was trying to find it again.
Do you know
Do you
also,
agree
I
with
think,
that?
yeah,
You agree with
because I
something
think
like that?
also the problem that,
Tell me how you feel.
okay,
That's my Jiminy
Okay.
Click.
guys,
Jiminy.
okay, I'm ready.
Remember-
Just let it out.
When we're done with this, just Google Jiminy Click, and you completely get that.
Okay, all right, okay, I will do.
No, I'm
Because I have
telling
no
you,
idea
it
what you're
will make-
talking
it will-
about.
it will
but
make your day.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
going with it. So with, I mean, I've never really spoken a lot about Tiger with Gary, and I know Gary very, very well. But I also agree with what you're saying, because I think when you get to such a high level, like when you get there, you like every world number one can only stay there for so long. So you then start to kind of find imperfections that you want to perfect. And then it becomes a bit of an obsession where you just need to relax and just play,
Right.
And I think that's the problem with some of the best in the world, where I think Jordan Spieth went through that when he was in such a great place,
Totally.
and it took him a long time to come back. It's the same with a lot of them. I think you're never satisfied.
Do you remember
When you want to be the best at something, you're never satisfied.
Yeah.
No matter how well you do, you always want to be better. So that is not really necessarily a bad thing, but it can affect your performance because your mind takes
Yeah,
over.
Absolutely. I mean,
And then when you're not getting that perfectness that you're striving for, you let your head get in the way, and then it makes it worse. So I think that's the main thing that I find with sports people. It's hard. You have to accept sometimes you go through bad times in your life, and you just gotta let it roll. And I'm sure that's probably same with you, John, with really good actors or even singers that have to find a job, or they've had a great role and then they're looking for the next one, and they have this expectation or this perfection that they think they can have, or they think they'll get it, and then they're disappointed because they didn't get the role, or I don't know if that's any relation, but I can only
you guys
it's
both
nothing.
know.
It's not a lack of talent or hard work, and that's the sad thing.
Yeah, you guys both got to where you are from hard work and practice and training, and you want to keep it at that level, so you continue doing that. I mean, somebody like me who's terrible at everything doesn't have to do anything, but
Not everything. Just golf.
You're doing a great job tonight. Don't worry about that.
I think to get to a certain place, the one common thing is sacrifice. We all have to sacrifice something, whether it be time with your family, whether it be financial. You know,
but is
some
there
people look at the short money, not the long money?
Is there a fear of like if you don't try as hard as you've tried up to this point that things could go backwards? As far as being,
That's
I
when you
think,
know you
like,
gotta pack it in.
yeah.
There's times where I'll be honest, like, I don't have anyone at home at the moment, so apart from my dog, which my mom's looking after, so I'm quite happy that he's being taken care of. But I think when I've had relationships in the past, my mindset has changed because I don't want to be away so much. Because with my job, I have to travel so much, and they have to work too. So
Yeah.
I think that's when the heart comes into your head, and you kind of start, having this, argument with both of them, because you don't want to be somewhere, but you want to be there, and also you want to be home. So it's just kind of trying to balance it.
I had this situation regarding work without getting into the specifics, mentioning names. So it was a decision I needed to make on at face value. I didn't want to participate in something, and I said, so what I normally do in a situation like that is I flip a coin. Heads, I do it. Tails, I don't. But the flip of the coin is not so much as to whether I'm going to do something or not based on what lands. It's how I feel what lands. So I knew when I flipped it, it came up, no, walk away. That's what came up. My gut, I didn't like that. It came, and that's because it's that part of me that says, you know what, see this all the way through. Finish it. Play the game, finish it. Maybe it's not how you want it to be played. It's not the process, or whether you feel like you're being disrespected. See it through. And I flipped that coin. It came up, Dom told them to screw and, whatever. And I didn't like it. So I know, because I felt that way, I know I still have that in me to
keep
to
going.
make things better, to perfect. And when you think you know it all, and I don't know,
That's when
I'm
you're
not
done.
there, but I think that's when you don't have that little bit of fear and you don't have those butterflies in your stomach, I think that's when you have to pack it in.
Do you still get butterflies going off the first tee?
Like this, I withdrew from my last tournament in November to go get my shoulder surgery, and I haven't played yet. So my next event is next month, and now I'm actually getting nervous.
Oh wow!
Really nervous now. So I think it's just because I've not played for so long, and I've not played this long, and I would say, like, geez, I'm 29 next month, and I've been on tour since I was 17.
So if you're
No.
Oh my God!
Hey, okay. I wish I was 22 again, but I've been on tour since I was 17, and since I was 12 years old, I've never had this kind of like big break, and it's kind of not daunting, but I'm just, yeah. And then I've never had an operation before as well, so I'm kind of a lot of mixed feelings. I went through a lot of years of pain. I just kind of kept going until it literally wouldn't let me play anymore. And you kind of get yourself a bit in denial about it. And so I just made the decision what was right. and I had this time to actually have the time to take off.
Well, I do have some words of encouragement for you.
Please give me.
If you need any help on your swing,
I actually thought
Pat will send you. He would dig
I
up that
actually thought
video
you
he
were
was trying
saying,
to.
I have it right here.
If you ever need a caddy, I
I'll be a
actually
caddy.
thought,
There you go.
I actually thought you were about to say if you ever need a caddy. Like, you know, when I'm in New York.
We'll take you
If
to
you're in New York, I'll be a caddy.
Perfect.
take you to the finest public course
Yeah.
in Westchester.
And all I'll say is, you know, this reminds me of this moment right now is, have you guys seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
When he's on the
fantastic.
surfboard,
Yeah.
and he's like, do less. No, do more. Just do a little less. No, like, no, do nothing. That's what I would say to you is my caddy dumb. And I'm like, no, you gotta do a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Just keep quiet. Just keep.
Pat, can you let him be?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
So there you go.
stuff.
That's you know, in the contract.
Well, Carly, we wish you a speedy recovery. We
Yes.
wish you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and thanks for the laughter, and love is me, you all.
Oh man, thanks for coming on.
fantastic.
Thanks for
Pleasure.
reaching out, and I'm glad we were able to do this, and hopefully we could do it in the future.
Of course.
but
Keep in
all-
touch for sure.
All the best to you come June
Thank you.
on your tour, and we'll definitely. You got fans here,
yeah.
and we'll be
You know.
following you.
Thank
If
you.
you get nervous on that first tee, just don't be afraid to tell the gallery to just back off a little bit.
It's
Spread out a little bit, guys.
It's only.
I'll
a
just
swing.
think about you guys if it was you.
That's it.
How would
How would Dom,
Swing.
Pat, and Kieran feel right now
Yeah.
on the first tee in front of
Interesting.
loads of fans?
Oh, yeah.
quick question, Carly? Do you have a hero?
Oh.
My heroes, my brothers.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for answering that.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiger Woods as well. Okay, he's up there. A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, before we go.
Before the lessons. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I know it's
guys.
late. Get to bed. And
I will do.
and,
It's a pleasure.
And make sure you Google Jiminy Click.
Jiminy Click.
Jiminy Click.
Jiminy Click.
good interview. All right. Anyway. Really, do you want to do that?
Carly, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Carly.
Lots of love. Take
Peace
care.
out.
Bye.
Later.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, bye.